Happy birthday, everyone, and welcome to the Happy Birthday Podcast with your hosts, Jackie and Dan, the #1 podcast on ApplePodcast.com, dedicated to the birthdays you know and love. So without further ado, take it away, Dan.
Go shorty, it's your birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
I'm wishing you the happiest birthday.
Happy birthday. This is big. It's your birthday.
Happy birthday. Hey, I finally heard that Body Shop song. I put on the most recent SNL.
Oh yeah,
I like to
heard
check
that.
in with them.
What is going on?
That song sucks.
I
That
know,
guy
I heard it out in the
sucks.
wild
it's
this
fucking
weekend.
awful.
It's
Yeah, but
bad.
you know what I learned today is that Sam Smith is 6'2".
I'm 6'3", so what frickin' big deal is him? And I have
He's
an
a big-
alliterative name as well, and I would never write a gothic clown song like that. I might, actually. I might.
You, if anyone, would do clown stuff. So
2023 New Year's resolution, I will write the gothic Halloween clown pop song to end all GHCP songs, whatever I just said. Sam Smith, watch out. I'm gonna
Yeah.
write one, probably while we're doing this podcast, to be frank
All
with
right.
you. I'll be frank with you. And to be Dan with you, that's me. You might call me Dan. November 10th. That's my name and that's my birthday. I'm
And
one of the
I'll
hosts of
be-
the... I can barely hear you.
and he's one of the hosts of the Happy Birthday Podcast, and I'm Jackie, and I'll be Jackie from October 12th, and I'll be the other host of the podcast. Do you know? Does any celebrities have a birthday today?
What?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I said, do you know? Does any celebrities have a birthday today?
Does any celebrities have a birthday today? I know of actually quite a few of them.
Really?
I do. Oh, that reminds me. I'm sorry. Before we get into the guessing game, I have some birthday news that I found.
Oh,
should
shit.
we do that now, or should we hold off on that? It's pretty big.
I mean, if it's big enough to bring it out, then let's get into it.
Okay, here we go. I'm so sorry. We will get into the guessing. We absolutely will get into the guessing. It's kind of our thing.
Yeah.
But I did a little birthday news search before we got on, and what's this headline? Can you tell me what's going on?
Glasgow man knows nearly 3,000 birthdays. Wow.
This is coming out of Montana.com. So I think it's Glasgow, Montana. Not,
Okay.
How many times have you forgotten the birthday of an acquaintance? Without tools like Facebook, many of us would be hopeless. But Dennis Garsjoe of Glasgow has never had that problem, and his unique skill has earned him a nickname, the Birthday Guy.
Nice.
Garsjoe, 73 years old, estimates he knows close to 3,000 birthdays by heart. Who wants to be the voice of Garsjoe here?
I sat down with a bank calendar a few years ago and wrote down about 1,700 names. I've learned a lot more since then.
In fact, when Garsjoe walks around Glasgow, population 3,202, yeah, I think this is in Montana, he doesn't use names. He calls people by their birthday. For those that don't know him or his talent, the familiarity can sometimes take them by surprise. Yeah, I could see that. Just ask his coworkers at Prairie Ridge Village, an assisted living facility, who are used to the way his mind works. Paul, can you be Paulette Naff here, his coworker?
Yeah. Sometimes he doesn't know their name, but he knows their birthday, and they'll look at him in shock that he knows the date, said Prairie Ridge nurse Paulette Naff. Because they don't know him, but he knows them by association if their parent or grandparent lives here. That's tough.
Oh, I
This is
like
the worst.
that.
This is the worst guy I've ever heard of in my life.
What? You guys think
That's
this
a
is
bad guy.
Dennis came. He's going up to people that he doesn't know, and he's like, May 12th.
He's
May
fucking
12th.
autistic, though.
I mean,
Like,
we fucking do that, though.
That's
My-
literally our whole
Well, we
thing
gotta
that we
get him
do.
on here.
Yeah, what is his name? Gargo?
Dennis Gargo.
My mother recommended all our relatives' birthdays.
No, remembered all our relatives.
Oh, sorry. My mother remembered all our relatives' birthdays before she started getting dementia. So I kind of thought, well, I should probably take over. So I started doing that, and I learned birthdays every day.
When this guy gets dementia, this is the only thing he's going to remember, I think. Gargo has a tried and true method for memorization that he learned in a college to help remember people's names. I want to take that college class.
Birthdays,
Here's
101.
Gargo's secret. What is it?
It's the acronym CAR. Concentrate on it. Associate with it with somebody else with the same name, and then repeat it. I don't think my talent is all that special. I'm more impressed by musicians who can play a song from memory on the piano.
Gargo, I hope I'm not speaking out of turn on this one, but as someone that can play a few songs from memory on the piano, I don't think it takes as much as remembering 3,000 people's birthdays.
He knows 3,000 birthdays in a town of 3,202 people. That's a big fuck you to those 200 people.
Yeah, that's true. All right. And then this article goes on and on and on. It looks like about he's trying to get into the Guinness Book of World Records. They're maybe not interested.
I heard you have to basically buy your way into
That's
that.
funny. Guinness declined to authorize his record due in part to lack of competition in the field of knowing birthdays.
Fuck
we're
that.
right here.
Oh, they also wanted proof of the birthdays. That's fair. What if he's wrong about most of these and just no one like
Yeah, no one's fact checking him because they're all afraid of him.
he's going
That's
up?
why it's so jarring, because nobody knows what he's talking about.
Yeah,
One thing coming up to you with a birthday, it's another just saying a random date at you.
to people in an assisted living facility. They can't
Oh,
believe
Yeah,
the
that's not even
grandmother.
fair, because they don't know their fucking
They
birthdays.
can't believe the things I'm saying to them. All right, well, Dennis Gar's show, maybe we'll get you on for our grand season finale or something. And Jackie,
What?
did you ask me if I know what celebrity has a birthday today? Or...
Yes, I did because I figured it's Thursday, and sometimes on Thursdays you like to call me up and say, you'll never believe whose birthday it is. And I say, who? And you say, guess.
Yeah,
And I
do.
say, I guess without a clue I would guess, like, and then I would say
Right.
something like Chrissy Teigen.
Sure. And then at some point in the conversation, you say, by the way, you've been doing this for a while. Are you recording this again? And I go, I don't know. And you go, Dan, you keep recording these and putting them on the internet. I don't think this is appropriate.
Yeah.
Chrissy Teigen?
Yeah.
It's not her big-headed birthday, but she is a wonderful
Big ol'
woman. She got in trouble for saying some stuff on Twitter one time. I don't remember what it was. I think she told someone to kill themselves or something.
I think she did pedophilia. She was like a Pizzagate girl.
Oh, well, it's not her birthday, but I'll tell you this.
And then she had a really public miscarriage, and then she was like, oh, wait, it was actually an abortion.
Like there were a lot of, like there was in front of an audience, the miscarriage?
No, but she like posted
Oh.
pictures of herself in the hospital and stuff.
Oh, well, that's weird.
It is weird.
She got caught molesting children?
Yeah, maybe-
Everyone on Twitter said she was doing Pizzagate stuff. And she had a bunch of old tweets that were like, oh, yeah, that toddler in tiaras baby, I would fuck that baby.
Well,
or
I
something
don't know.
like that.
I think some of that. I think that whole. I think that whole. I think that
Something
whole.
like that.
I think that whole Pizzagate thing might not have been what people said it was. I don't think that.
Of
was
course
quite-
you think that. Of course you think that.
Today is the famous birthday of a
Okay.
very famous funny man. We're talking a comedian. We're talking a stand-up comedian.
You love those kind of guys, too.
I love this kind of guy so much.
Okay.
He is turning 61 years old. Nothing wrong with that, right? Nothing wrong with being
Damn.
61 years old. Born in 1962, but turning 61. So kind of ironic how some of those things work out.
Oh, so next year's his golden.
Yeah, absolutely,
Weird.
absolutely. But he is a golden god of the stand-up comedy. He's kind of a comedian's comedian. He's one of those like equal opportunity offender guys. So he goes after all marginalized groups. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't give a fuck.
Okay.
And
Just the marginalized ones?
well, I don't. But he is one of those Comedy Central guys. He's like
Sure.
mean. You might not know who he is, but he did. He did. Yeah. Paul knows who he is for sure. I definitely
Okay.
know who he is. We've definitely mentioned him by name, I'm sure, a dozen times over the course of this podcast.
I am impressed, Dan. I did not think you would stoop this low. But here we are, down at the bottom of the gulch.
So have we like joked about this guy before? Like, is it like an Andrew Dice Clay kind of guy?
He is actually kind of like Andrew Dice Clay, except he's like Andrew Dice Clay is kind of like this like larger than life character, you know?
Mhm.
This guy I think is just actually like this.
Okay. So like Louis C.K.
No, I mean,
What?
I'll tell you this. I mean,
because he goes up on stage, he's just an unfunny guy, and then in real life, that's him too.
he does a lot. A lot of his best work was off stage after the show, but Nick. Oops.
Did you just say his name?
Nope.
Oh no, you said his first name.
How many episodes? I've never done that. We're just feeling so. I think it's the
I
robe.
can't believe
I think it's
this
the robe.
happened. Okay,
No, it's
so
fine.
we're
I'll
talking
bleep
Nick.
that part.
We're talking Nick.
Yep. I'm so sorry.
That's okay because I want to tell you something.
You don't know who this is.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
He co-host. Oh, he
Nick.
co-host. Shut. He co-hosted Shorties Watching Shorties.
Yeah, of course he did. Nick.
I'm sorry I said his name. I really think it's that I'm wearing this terry cloth robe.
I
I'm sitting next to a
agree.
space heater drinking
Sucking
tea.
all the sanity right out of your bones.
Oh my god! Well,
I
keep
don't
on
know any
sucking it.
62-year-old men named Nick that are
Why
comedians
not?
that are rude.
His hair's falling out. He's an Italian
Wait a
man.
minute. Wait, you live in Ishpeming, Michigan. You don't know any 62-year-old rude Italian men named Nick?
Hey, Nicky, get off the stage.
You probably do. You just don't know. You know them by
Yeah.
their birthday rather than.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
imagining you walking around Italian Fest, going up and
Hey.
Hey,
saying
January
everyone's birthday to them.
31. What's going on? You claiming the grease pole later?
His last name is one of those where it has like an extra syllable that shouldn't be there before it. One of those type of Italian. He's an Italian guy. And his last name has our producer's middle name that we call him by his first name in his name.
What
And
were
so
you
that
saying
should
about
help
the
you get
extra
it.
syllable? You didn't really.
I
finish
explained that
thought.
just fine.
Okay. An extra syllable. So
Yep.
like an apostrophe.
No, it's like
a Nick Murphy. O'Murphy.
No,
O'Malley.
his last name should be just one word. It's
Paulina.
separated into two. It's his last name has the same initials as my first name and last name. I don't know how to tell you. His last name's got the word Paul in it.
I got the Paul part. I know Josh's middle name is Paul.
Okay. Well, you just
okay,
said
so
Murphy.
it has.
So
I know. I was just thinking of names that sound like real.
Italian names, yeah.
It has. It could be one syllable, but it's two, and it has the
No,
word.
no,
Paul.
no. Oh, no. It's got an extra syllable up front. Da-da-da. His last name is Da-da-da. And actually, that is the first syllable of it when I was just doing... I don't want to have to hand it to you.
DiPaolo. DiPaolo.
Nick DiPaolo. Nick
there we go.
Nailed it. Give me the music.
I was gonna say something about the space shuttle, but I'm tired.
Well, we're going to say something about that, don't you? I'm actually tired today,
Which one?
too.
The
Space Shuttle Columbia.
yeah. Nick DiPaolo. What's his deal? He's as old as my mom. He's
Yep.
mean.
Yep.
It's his birthday.
Yep.
And what else?
He has a persona of being a cranky, mean man on stage. Anyone out there, if you watched Comedy Central in the first decade of the 2000s, you've seen this guy. You've seen him. And I've seen him a bunch. I can't say that I like him, but I've seen him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so, what are we going to do here to celebrate Nick DiPaolo? You don't know a whole hell of a lot about him.
No, I don't know shit.
He's just this shitty comedian. People love
Okay.
him. He's on Opie and Anthony all the time, I think. I don't really know. But I
think
do
we
know
just know him
this.
from the roasts.
Yeah, Comedy Central roast. He did a lot of those.
When you say Opie and Anthony, I think of the
Bob and Tom.
No, I think of the Opie
Opioid crisis, yeah.
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 I didn't want to get into it, but yeah, I think of the opioid
Sure.
crisis.
Or Droopy, maybe
Jer-
you're thinking of.
Droopy in the morning.
Yeah.
What
Good morning,
what's the,
Oh
Shock
man,
jock.
Droopy does like a Good Morning Vietnam
what's
type thing.
the comic book? Archie. I think
We
of Archie.
have Carmen Electra in the studio with us this morning. She'll be climbing a top of the ceiling. We should do that.
Yeah, dude.
It's our new spin-off.
That's like one thing that sets us apart from other radio programs is that we don't have a woman on a sex machine.
Oh, I didn't mean we should do that. I just meant the Droopy in the morning thing. Jackie sits on, she had that tickler the one time, remember?
You guys don't even know what I'm sitting on.
Yeah,
first
I
of
don't-
all.
you
yeah, I
don't know
don't
what
know.
I'm saying either. When I tell you last week, what happened last week, Jackie? When you did your special segment of the show, you talked about an Indian poet named Madonna. Isn't that
And then we
right?
did the Madonna Provenance Challenge where you tried to guess which lyrics belonged to me, which belonged to you, and otherwise. And you
Right, and I
failed
know that was
miserably.
kind of a spoiler if you didn't hear last week's episode, but I got news for you. You should have already heard it already if
Yeah.
you didn't hear it by now.
Came out 2 days ago.
Shame to you.
Oh, 7
No,
days
a
ago.
week ago. Just talk like it's on the day it comes out. Jackie.
Oh, it's Tuesday today.
Ah!
It's Tuesday.
So what I'm gonna do, as I threatened to do last week, is I'm going to copy what you did. Where
Oh, good. I was
this
hoping you would,
poet,
actually.
his works were kind of not always attributed to him. So you were saying, guess if he, or not even if he did, if someone else wrote something, or if you did.
Right.
And I'm gonna bring it all back home to the comedy clubs with a segment that I'm calling Showtime at the DiPaolo.
Nice.
And that's with a question mark at the end because is this Showtime at the DiPaolo? We don't know. I'm
don't
going to
know
read
what's
you some
going on.
jokes, and it's going to be a test of your knowledge of Nick DiPaolo, which is none. Which
It's
is, to
none.
be fair, is none.
Yeah.
And
it's
your
none.
knowledge of me, your new best friend, Dan. And what jokes I have done, some of which on this very
Okay.
same podcast.
Okay.
So the challenge is going to be, is this a Dan joke or is this a joke from today's jolly good fellow, the great, not late, but always on time, Nick DiPaolo, because comedy is all
Cool.
about being on time.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. You young guys are going, I'm never going to get married. That's what I thought. But how many times can you go home, watch Sports Center, order a pizza, and jerk off before that gets boring? I'll tell you how many times. 11,556.
That was good. I'm going to say you did not write that joke.
I did not. That's a Nick DiPaolo original. If you Google Nick DiPaolo jokes hours before going on air, you will find that joke.
Okay.
Next up. I came home from work. My wife is sitting on the sofa eating frosting out of the jar. She's got her feet up on the coffee table. I say, what are you doing? She says, I'm binge watching TV. I said, binge watching? How about you do in the kitchen and do some binge washing?
That's a Dan Daniels original.
Dan
I'd know
Daniels
that
original,
joke
and I
from
am
a mile
so
away.
Sorry that I was a little bit late getting on the mic today. I had to go to the get my suit picked up. I was having some alterations done on my suit. I dropped it off last night. It was ready this afternoon. Was that
Taylor Swift. That is a Dan Daniels original.
Absolutely, and it's been a big hit ever since Taylor Swift's new album came out, and before that as well.
Mm.
And you just don't meet a lot of guys named Jar Jar these days. That one's more of an observation than a joke, I guess.
I'm
but
pretty sure you wrote that.
I did write that. Hey, I was born gay, but 8 months of breastfeeding wiped that right out. I'm just glad my dad wasn't walking around naked when I was teething.
Oh my gosh. I don't think you would write something like that.
I would not write something like that. I would only copy and paste it from a website into a text document, which I did because that is a Nick DiPaolo original.
Really gross. Didn't like
It'd be
that one.
only natural for him to bite on his penis.
No,
If you
Did
saw him
not like
walking
that.
around with his penis out.
I'll say beyond like the just cheap dick sucking joke, like it just made me think about a baby chewing on a penis.
Ugh.
Like it's not a well considered.
And that's an illegal thought, frankly.
Yeah,
It really
that's not
And
good.
I'm like imagining my own father. It's like, what's going on here? This is fucked. Okay. It was an illegal thought. Okay. If you see a homeless woman with nice tits, one thing's for sure, those things are real.
I'm gonna say not you. Not you.
Not me, but I think that's the first Apollo joke that gave you a little bit of a chuckle, actually.
Yeah,
It
it's
was like a
pretty funny.
nervous. I was like scared when it came out of your mouth.
If you're offended, he did his job, okay? Hey,
Again, scared was the
Have you
emotion I
heard that
felt.
they're working on a new artificially intelligent thing that can power a boat? Wait, yep, one more time. I must have read that wrong. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
You might have heard that they're working on a new artificially intelligent being that can pilot a boat. It's a robot.
Yeah, you wrote that for sure.
It's a nuance,
I
a
went
nuance.
straight to ROE and I was like,
Oh, the Roe versus Wade bot. Well, that's more
Yeah, or like
that's more Nick
micro.
DiPaolo. Yeah, it's because it's a dirty job. And we love the late great country singer Johnny Cash. I think if he was on today, his name might be more like Johnny PayPal or Johnny Venmo.
oh, Johnny Venmo. That's a Dan Daniels
That's a
original,
Daniels
right?
Original. Johnny Venmo
There.
is producer Paul on Instagram if you want to see his photography. And
He's
Ve-
popular.
and-
He doesn't even hide his like counts.
Everywhere I go, I get hair in my food. I went to a restaurant last week, 2 hairs in my soup, 2 in my lettuce. The waitress comes out and says, "Can I get you anything else?" "Yeah, how about a comb for the salad?"
This sounds like a trick. I feel like this is a Seinfeld bit, but I'm just going to go ahead and say not Dan.
Not Dan. Can you say with confidence that it was Nick DiPaolo?
Yes.
It was. It was.
Okay.
I know that was a little bit of a curveball when I threw
Yeah.
that one at you. It curved around because that could have been me. That's a nice and clean one. Yeah, I hate when I get hair in my soup and in my lettuce. Get the soup and lettuce combo. But you know what I really hate is trying to use these milk crates. You've seen a milk crate before. I do not understand the point of these things. I pour the milk in there. It spills right through all the holes.
Yeah, that's a Dan Daniels joke.
It is. Yeah.
That's a Dan Daniels.
Yeah. So
First
that
of all,
happened.
I've totally heard that before, and that's totally a Dan Daniels joke.
Okay, well, and here we go. Last one. So far, you got a perfect score. Let's see if you can figure out who did this last joke. They did everything they could to keep him from being president. Oh, we have a videotape of Trump saying he loves to grab pussies. What? Hillary doesn't?
I think that's a Dan Daniels joke.
I have to go to the judges on this one. 1 second.
I think you wrote that.
Jackie, I don't have my sound drops loaded up today, but I will do this with the power of my own mouth. That is from Nick DiPaolo, some of his more recent comedies, somewhere around 2016, 2017.
Oh my gosh.
I did not
Okay.
write that. I would not. I don't understand why you would think that. It does kind of align with both my sense of humor and my worldview. But you got 9 out of 10. You got 9 out of 10. And you know what?
Thank you.
That ain't gonna cut it. We were
Oh.
looking for a perfect score. You did not get it. And I did not get a perfect score on your Madonna Promenade Challenge last week. So I think you and I both have a lot of learning to do. Speaking of learning,
Provenance. Say it with
What?
me.
1,
Provenance.
2, 3.
Provenance.
Promenade. For all you Happy Birthday podcast historians out there, and I hope that there are several, this is for the first time in history. I actually had a whole other segment prepared about different Jolly Good Fellows. Yes, multiple Jolly Good Fellows. I was working on it last night.
Mm-hmm.
I decided this morning, well, as I was working on it last night, I thought this isn't very good.
Mm-hmm.
Then I decided today I'm going to do something different. And also, it's Paul's favorite comedian's birthday. I got to honor the great Nick DiPaolo. Folks, if
Yeah.
you don't know Nick DiPaolo,
Now
that's
you know.
fine. Now you know. Yeah.
Now you've heard all his
And-
jokes.
But I will say this. The segment that I had prepared that I rejected, if you want to hear it, how about you sign up for the Patreon? Because I'll do it in our bonus episode. And you'll probably
Oh, I
hear
like that.
Morons,
both.
sign up!
I know. Okay.
All right, I'll be right back. Let's go take a break.
Every little kid loves to see big trucks go up and down the street. And what kid doesn't love a birthday party? Well, it's time to bring those two things together. Hi, I'm Ray from Marquette County Waste Management here to tell you about Garbage Day birthdays. All you gotta do is go on whatever our website is, put in your kid's name and birthday, and then we'll come scoop them up around 4 in the morning and give them the full garbage truck experience. Yeah, they'll be hanging off the side of the truck all day long like a real garbage man. We'll give them one of them paper birthday hats to wear and all the Mountain Dew they can drink. Birthday cake will not be provided, but your little one's gonna be handling so much solid waste, it's probably not a good idea to be eating cake anyway with them dirty hands. So, oh, and the best part is, if we think your Rugrat displays the necessary skills, we'll induct them into the Junior Pee Wee Garbage Collector Apprenticeship Program, where they will get to relive the Garbage Day birthday experience 6 days a week, except without the paper hat, and they have to buy their own Mountain Dew. So what are you waiting for? If your kid loves trucks and trash and has a birthday coming up kind of soon, get on that website and sign them up for a Garbage Day birthday.
Let's be back.
Yep,
And we're
yep,
back.
yep.
And welcome back. And let's get into what I like to call my segment.
Okay,
is
and
where
that's kind of
you
funny. It's what I like to call
guess-
your segment.
Right. And then you guess whose birthday it is.
Okay. Oh, not Chris Teigen. We talked about that a little bit. Have you seen that? You were talking Chrissy Teigen earlier, John Legend's wife, the
Yes.
model.
Yeah.
That she's going to be going on some sort of speaking tour with Sarah Palin. Did you see about that?
No, I have not seen that.
Teigen and Sarah. I thought it was kind of weird, but two of them.
I like that. That's good.
Thanks. Speaking of things that are good, what does it take to get some bumper stickers printed up? I want to get that. I kneel.
Stand to fart.
Yes, kneel for the flag, stand to fart.
I usually go through Sticker Mule, but I don't know if they actually do bumper stickers or if they just do
Sticker
regular.
meal?
Sticker mule.
Oh,
Mule.
gotcha.
Well, I'd rather go with a company that delivers by a motorized vehicle.
They do UPS.
Now, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What's the deal with a mule? It can't make another mule?
If two
You can't
mules
have
fuck,
a
they
mule
make
can't have a baby mule?
Yeah, of course.
Well, wait.
No.
One of them is like a horse and a donkey.
A mule
That's
is
what
a
a
horse
mule
and a
is.
donkey, and
Yeah.
if a mule and a mule get together, they have a mule.
You are wrong.
What
I
does
do-
two mules have? A fucking horse?
They don't have anything.
Get
They
over
can't.
yourself.
Oh, they can't.
That's why
They can't
ligers
breed?
don't have. That's why ligers don't have babies. It's the same thing.
Why is it okay for these different species?
This is eugenics.
Can humans get other animals pregnant?
Yes, they did an experiment with a monkey, and they used
And that's how you were born.
my dad's sperm
Yep.
and a monkey's egg.
Yeah.
Your dad comes in a monkey.
Monkey's egg. Well, just in the nest, in the monkey's nest.
Just in the nest, yeah.
No, whose birthday is it?
Whose birthday is it?
I'm gonna say
Dad cummed in the monkey's nest.
Stop.
wasn't that Jack Nicholson movie in the mental asylum? One dad
Yes.
cummed in the monkey's nest. Woo! Oh, I gotta say, in honor of that, I gotta say Jack Nicholson.
Ooh, good guess, but no, incorrect.
I wish Jack Nicholson and Nick DiPaolo shared a birthday. I would be at that party. All right.
The person that we're going to discuss
Yeah.
is
Uh-huh.
Bulgarian.
Oh, fuck.
They were born in 1911. Why did you react like that to Bulgarian? We'll get to that later.
Okay.
And they were a mystic, a fortune teller.
Oh, the Akinator.
It is not the Akinator. This is a woman.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, fuck.
she was born with the name Evangelina, but she
Mm-hmm.
goes by a different name.
Okay, 1911. She's not still
Yep.
with us.
Nope, she died
Okay.
quite a while ago.
Fortune
Nice.
teller. Was she in the movie Big?
I don't believe she was the fortune teller from Big.
Okay.
Was she big? A lot of fortune
she
tellers
big?
you see on TV and movies are bigger people.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true.
That I'm not sure. Height and
Okay.
weight was not listed.
Am I gonna know her name?
Do you know fortune tellers or?
I don't know.
Like what's your Bulgarian mystic lore? Like how well
Well, I
are
don't
you-
know a darn thing about Bulgarians, which is when you said, why did you react that way? That's why I said, oh, fuck, because I don't know. It's nothing against the people of Bulgaria, though I probably,
Sure.
I don't know if I'd get along with them too well.
So let me help you get there through a little system of boogers.
The Marco
okay?
Boogers system.
Yes. Her first name is 2 syllables. It is something that children often say when they want their bottle.
What's her last name?
Her last
Clue for the
name
last name, rather, not what's her
is also 2 syllables. It is very similar to a popular restaurant and pub in Marquette, Michigan.
Okay, let me throw a few out, and we
Okay.
will see what happens.
Okay.
Baba Stucco.
Really close, my guy. So close.
Baba Vangos.
Okay, now take the last name and change the last vowel.
Baba Vanga.
Baba Vanga.
Baba Vanga! Wow.
Yeah, dude. Congratulations.
Wow.
That was
Nick
really
DiPaolo
good.
and Baba Vanga on the same
Yeah,
day.
and
My God.
like I said, she was a mystic. She was a fortune teller. She
look
was
up
a
a picture of her.
soothsayer.
In that
One
picture,
thing. Go ahead.
does she not have eyes? In the picture, I
Oh,
said
She is
yeah.
blind.
she had her eyes pecked out by a crow.
It's an even more worrisome story than that, and we'll get
Okay,
to
well, yeah.
it. One thing that she didn't see coming, nor did I, but should have from a mile away, is that producer Paul sent me her birthday on, in fact, not her birthday at all. She was born October 3rd, 1911. But I just couldn't bring
Back
myself
then,
to
it's
choose.
always disputed.
Yeah, it's
any
always
of the other people's
amorphous.
stuff. And sometimes
no
sometimes
video
in the Wikipedia it'll be
surveillance
like,
records.
sometimes they'll be like, here's why it's disputed. There was none of that, no information. So I think On This Day or Born This Way or whatever was just wrong this time.
Born Glorious.
Glad that you mentioned that, so we didn't get a bunch of angry emails from all the Baba Vanga heads out there.
Right.
Today's not her birthday.
Well, let's get into it. Here we are. We're just going to celebrate her birthday today anyway. She was a Bulgarian mystic, and she accurately predicted a lot of stuff. ISIS, Donald Trump, COVID-19. I tried to look more into that, but all the websites were in Russian or behind paywalls, and I don't do either of those. So I did my best.
Some stuff that's behind paywalls is worth it, though. I would say that.
Well, not this at all. So here is what I can tell you that I legally could
Could've
tell
backed me
you
up on that.
for free.
HBD Patreon's only $1 a month.
Thank you.
Like you said, she was blind. Okay, she was from Bulgaria. She had the gifts of clairvoyance and precognition, like the wet naked teenagers in that one Tom Cruise movie. But unlike Tom Cruise, Baba Vanga was born Evangelina. She was a premature baby, but when she was older, she got lifted into the air by a tornado is what happened to her eyes. So that caused her to go blind.
What?
Did she
During-
lose? Did she lose her eyes?
Yeah, she got like
Okay.
dust and shit in her eyes. She was lifted up off the ground in a tornado and went totally blind. So she was
You
born
didn't
with
see that
vision.
coming.
Yeah, she didn't see that coming.
Come on.
During World War II, she began soothsaying for the locals, and word quickly spread of her abilities. She was sought after by many powerful men to see their futures and predict the outcomes of their wars. Some of her speculated foretellings included the Chernobyl disaster, the death of Stalin, and September 11th.
Well, everyone dies.
Baba Vanga is just like us. She's taken a few very public L's, including falsely predicting the outcome of the FIFA World Cup. While some are suspicious of her abilities, some outright deny them, and others fully believe in her predictions, I'm left here wondering how this whole thing relates to me and my life. I would like to insert myself into this discussion immediately with my own list, clairvoyant predictions for the future.
Oh, that's cool.
You could just open your mind, open your hearts. I'm going to do some oracling. I'll give you my predictions for 2023, and then think about some questions you might want to ask me at the end, and I'll see if I can answer any questions for you.
Okay.
Using my clairvoyance. So I have my crystal ball.
Jackie is holding a glowing crystal ball with both hands, little baby hands on it. It's cute. And she's shaking it around.
Okay. Top 5 predictions for 2023. Okay. Aaron Rodgers will not retire from football, but he will actually suffer a horrible career-ending injury. He will grow out his hair again, and he will become a political commentator or candidate of some sort. Interesting.
I agree with that.
Okay, number 2. Okay, Charlie Chaplin's great-great-niece will open an art house, and she will show up in disguise at the grand opening.
She will come in third place in a Charlie Chaplin's great-great-niece lookalike contest.
Some things can just be left unsaid. Number 3.
Not if you ask me.
The minimum required age for airplane pilots will drop to 16.
Yeah. No one wants to work anymore.
Okay, this is my last prediction for 2023. Due to the ongoing recession, there will be a resurgence of homemade goods being given as holiday gifts. And as a result, there will be a huge uptick in botulism, fatal foodborne illnesses.
Okay.
All right. Oh, do you have any questions for the Mystic?
Yeah. Turn that crystal ball back on. Oh, Mystic Baba Vanga.
No, it's me. It's me.
How should I
She's
address
dead.
you? I know.
I'm just Jackie October 12th.
Oh, Jacqueline. Jacqueline October 12th.
Yes.
12:10 to our Bulgarian friends.
Yes.
Will there be another murder at the Academy Awards ceremony this year?
Ooh, great question. Let me consult my cards, actually. I have a deck of cards here.
What kind of cards? Joker's Wild?
They're Star Wars edition,
Oh.
and then the Jack is Adam Driver.
Luke's.
So
Oh.
that's the one I
yeah.
pulled. So I pulled the Adam Driver card, which we're talking murders at the Academy Awards.
Oh, no.
Okay, let me do one more shuffle.
He's
See
going
what
to get
happens
killed?
here. I'm going to pull 3 cards, and I want you to tell me if these numbers are significant to you at all.
Got a 9. We have a 1. Oh, no. And it's upside down. It's another 1.
Oh, gosh. What do you think that means? Producer Paul, can you please ask me a question that I can use my mystic powers to answer?
Sure. What is your height and weight?
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle my cards.
Yep.
I'm going to pull 1. Oh, wild card.
Oh, it's a wild card.
And for that,
And
I
then
will
you
go
send me
ahead and
$100.
pull an Uno reverse, and I will ask you, what is your height and weight?
Honest to God, I haven't looked in a minute because I know it's not good. Actually, speaking on that, my right toe is currently numb, and while you guys were talking there, I was looking up why that could happen.
Yeah.
Gout.
The very first result on everything I looked at said diabetes.
Yeah. Well, hold
I've
on.
been going hard on the candy and the waffles lately.
Yeah.
I think that you should try something we discussed last week that could be a sort of a test, is drinking a little bit of your own number 1.
Oh, yes. Your urine. That's actually, I'll give you mine. Dan could send in his sample, and then you could try all 3 and see who has it.
There you go.
I want to actually pull some cards just to talk to producer Paul a little bit more about his questions. Do you have one more question for me, producer Paul? I'm just really feeling like there's something I could help you with.
Are you trying to guide him in a certain direction?
Yeah.
No, I just want to see if there's anything I can help you with.
Okay.
I'm just getting a vibe that you need some guidance on something in your life.
Oh, Jesus
Yes.
Christ. Yeah.
Let me think of a good one.
What haunts you, buddy? What's keeping you up at
What's
night?
going on in your brain? Can't get high?
Yeah.
All right, let's pull some.
How come weed doesn't feel like it did when we were 14?
That's a
Let's
great
ask the
question.
cards.
I used to get
That's a
so
good
high I'd see shit. I'd see little blue dots
All right.
everywhere, and
I'm
I'd
gonna
freak out
I'm
and
gonna
puke.
pick a few cards and see if I can help you out with anything.
Oh.
Upside down 4.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
An upside down 4 and a right side up 2.
Let me turn that 4 around.
Let me know what you can
Oh.
B20.
What could that mean? What is the B in your life?
Would have 20 of it.
20? Okay, 20 Bs, and then I'll just do a quick random card draw.
I'm going to have 20 bees in my house.
You probably would. Oh no, he got the dreaded 6'9".
Does this mean anything?
99?
He's going to live to the age of 99, but he's going to have 20 bees in his house to the end of his days.
All right, you heard it here, folks. Happy birthday.
Kill me now.
Baba Vanga.
Let's help kill this guy. Let's put him out of his mystery. And I do want to say thank you for introducing me to Baba Vanga. And I do want to say that what you spoke about with her getting swept up in a tornado made me think that it's maybe time for a more realistic reboot of The Wizard of Oz, where Dorothy gets swept up in a tornado, but instead of going off to the land of Oz, she's just kind of spun around for about 10 minutes and then hits the ground, bleeding from her eyes and screaming. Okay.
All right, and we'll be right back.
No.
This is your 30-second shoot shit with Morty from the Yoopers Tourist Trap.
Little Q&A we get a lot. What's a Yooper? Yooper is anyone from the UP. UP stands for Upper Peninsula, and that's in referral to the top part of Michigan. Another question we get, what is at the Tourist Trap? T-shirts, gag gifts, Sisu stuff. We got a rock shop in the back where we got a guy doing crystals and that. He carved up some onyx. We got Euperlite, chrysocolla, chalcedony. We got Michigan greenstone. We got rhodochrosite. You name it. Agates. You know, we got it. We got crystals that'll make you rip ass. We got crystals that'll keep you safe. We got crystals that'll do bad stuff if you use them right. Another question we get, do you have a bathroom? Yes, we have a bathroom for the tourists, but the bathroom is not a trap. You can freely go. Call us up 458-OYA. Come see what we got at the Yooper Tourist Trap in West Ishpeming off of 41.
I do just want to plug that just in case we forget. Next week, maybe I'm not going to say who we've got coming on the show, but yeah, you're going to want to hear it. Welcome back to the Happy Birthday Podcast, everyone. My name is Producer Paul. This is the wild card segment where we like to flip it on its head. We pull out our wild cards and we get wild hard.
The normal segments is we just talk about celebrity birthdays. This is the wild card segment. Welcome back. It's going to be hosted by Producer Paul, which is actually, that's his name. And this is the segment that we do when we welcome a guest. We flip it up on its head and we just do whatever we want.
And we're joined
back.
in the
This is
studio
the
in
Wildcard
person
segment,
today
and
by
this
the
is
one and
by
only
Producer Paul. And we are joined today by, please introduce yourself, man, from on the phone from Wapaka.
No, he's in the studio.
It's pronounced Wapaka.
I'm not even in Wapaka yet, you guys.
Sorry.
I'm in Appleton. And my name's Joe Abhold.
Oh,
Hey, Joe.
Hi.
Joe.
This is the part of the game where you get paid. So we're going to send you $100 for every question you get correct, and you have to send us $100 for every question you get wrong.
I like that. Okay, I like that.
Okay.
It's like a Squid Game.
I hope you are boned up on jazz, blues, and clowns.
No.
All right.
I thought about actually looking into some just like obscure examples from past
Obscure
episodes.
birthdays? Oh.
Yeah. Just to study up and be like, all right, what's he going to throw at me?
So anyways, Joe, I'm going to try to get you some money. All right. Everybody likes
Cool.
cash, and I want to send you cash. That's what this show's all about. This first guy, so he died on this day in, let's see, I think 2007.
You think?
Wait, hang on. Let me confirm it. Sorry, I scrolled away from it, but I'll go back. I'll get you the exact date. It might help.
You get yourself, just pop a little
Deep breath.
a little breath mint in there.
Oh, 1976. Excuse me. He passed away in 1976.
A bit of a gap.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have you try to guess who this is. It's a comic strip created on this day created in 1902 by Richard Outcault. This is a character from a comic strip. and he's got a little Dutch boy haircut. He's got like a pink onesie on and a big hat. Who am I talking about?
He's got a Dutch boy haircut. What do you mean by Dutch boy haircut?
You know, from like the paint can?
Like bangs?
Like the little round.
No, he's got like a turf haircut.
Like a Karen haircut?
It's a little boy, Joe. He's got clogs on. He's got a pink onesie. You know what?
Show him.
His name is. I think
Why
his
don't you
name
show
is.
him?
I want to say his first name is Hans.
No.
If it's a Dutch thing or it's just
No.
the haircut.
It's a
I'm
naughtier.
stuck on that.
It's a naughtier name than that.
Dick.
No.
Naughtier.
It's a rambunctious name, I should say.
Stinker.
Horny.
No.
Okay.
I'll give you
Like
you
Horny
one
Walter
more.
Classic early 20th century newspaper comic. Horny boy.
Horny.
Horny boy.
And yes, I
Horny
actually
Dutch
said
boy.
chronic.
Oh. I'll give you some hints, Joe. This guy, he was adopted as the mascot of the Brown Shoe Company in 1904, along with Mary Jane and his dog Tige.
Tige.
Tige Notaro. First mastectomy in the comic page.
Horace Horsecollar.
Buster Brown. I'm sorry,
Oh,
Buster
son of a
Brown.
gun.
Happy birthday, Buster Brown.
And it's
Happy
bad,
birthday.
Buster Brown.
Baddest boy
kid in the whole damn
comic
town.
strips.
Ding dong. Barking like a junkyard dog. All right, Joe, this next guy, I'm sorry you did not win the first $100. Jackie, go ahead and cut up a $100 bill.
It's in the
God
trash.
damn it.
Joe, what do you know about swamp blues?
Swamp blues.
Yep.
Talking about that bog rock.
Yeah. Stuff like Baby Scratch My Back.
I know who this is.
Ooh, I can vibe with that.
Baby, won't
all right,
you
so this
scratch my
guy,
back?
this guy died on this day, 1970s. He's a very, very, very old man. He's an American blues musician, a leading exponent of the swamp blues style, and one of the most commercially successful blues artists of his day. He has a name sounds like a sandwich, and it also contains one of the Marx Brothers.
Hoagie?
No.
Oh.
Last name is the first name of one of the Marx Brothers.
It doesn't sound like a
Last name is.
Does sound like a sandwich. Jimmy
What,
John's
like
has
when
a
you-
sandwich with this
So-
at the beginning of it.
What, the Pepe?
No.
No, we're not.
They have it's a genre of sandwich.
Oh.
Oh, the club?
No. the Slims, okay? His first name is Slim.
Slim.
You could have done so much better than that.
And his last name is one of the Marx Brothers names.
This
Slim
is
what?
The ultimate test here.
Slim.
If you get this wrong,
Booger
you have to send
Picker.
Dan $100.
Yeah, think about now. The Marx Brothers are very successful about 90 years ago. So think
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
If you're like a big like silent film guy, you
Or-
might know who
Or
this
early
is.
sound film, also, more
Yeah,
accurately.
there's-
Well, it
there's-
wouldn't
there's-
be sound film. Would be not the Marx Brothers. It'd be like
That'd be
Scooby
a-
Doo era.
Yeah, like a talkie.
Yes.
Like the
And
chips. Like Takis.
Yeah. Yum, dude.
Yeah, I know, right? They're so good.
Okay.
Anyway, so there's Groucho, there's Coucho, there's Sloucho.
I like
What's the other one?
Sloucho.
It's like-
His whole shtick was the bad posture.
He just like squats and like flops on the floor.
Stinky, grouchy, sleepy.
Sleepy, Pinky.
God,
Ringy.
All of our Swamp Blues heads are freaking right now.
Yeah, sorry. Don't crash your car, swamp people. It's
Okay.
Slim Harpo.
Harpo.
Slim
Oh.
Classic Marks.
Yep. Everyone's
I knew-
favorite Marks.
I mean, those are the two that I knew were Groucho and Harpo. I couldn't remember Harpo at this moment, though.
It's Oprah backwards.
And not remembering that
Oh my God.
cost you $100. You're sending each of us $100. That's $300 out of your checking account right now, Joe.
Well, I hope you love quarters.
We do.
I do.
Well, I'll send 50 maraca shakers that you can put the quarters in case you want to do something else with them.
Okay.
Oh, if maybe we want to go to like a high school football game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make some noise.
Yeah. Get your
I-
noisemakers.
I do want to go to a high school football game. Is
That would be
okay?
fun.
I wonder that too because I literally have a high school football field in my backyard, and
There's
it always sounds so fun.
Yeah, you could go. I mean, you can practically see it from your back deck there, Jack.
You can, yeah.
There's a high school football field like just a few blocks down from our house, and I walk by it sometimes, and I think, like, am I allowed to hang out here? This feels criminal.
Yes and yes.
Yes, okay.
Hey, Joe, how would you like a gimme? How would you like to just get one of these right? I don't want to send you home packing without getting a single $100 bill. So, how would you like an easy one?
Yeah, give me an easy one so I can take that crisp little wafer home.
Hell yeah, dude. This guy, while fighting for the Spanish, he was a member of a group of provincial English Catholics involved in the failed gunpowder plot of 1605.
Wow.
This guy has a mask named after
Yeah.
him, and the incels really like. And his name.
I haven't had to think about his
that
name
guy.
itself in a long time because the
I
the
remember. I
cultural
just
zeitgeist
remembered.
is just the mask.
Okay, this guy.
Guy Fawkes.
Yes.
There we go.
Bing,
This
bing,
guy.
bing, 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 bing,
I knew you'd
bing,
get it.
$100 bucks,
I knew
$100
you'd
bucks,
get
$100
it.
bucks.
Tell
Another
me
$100
about
bucks.
the guy.
And you got to think about the delicious irony that they love the guys who love the Guy Fawkes mask are guys who don't fuck.
That's true.
Virgin.
You have to think about that. You have to think about how ironic that is.
We have to incept that.
Yeah, I just did.
And it is also
I
the
just did.
birthday or the death day of Juiced Bergie.
Here's what I think we should do.
Yeah, what's that?
I think we should look up the Garfield strip that was published on the day
I would love that.
that Joe was born.
Oh, okay. Now, to get that information, Joe, can I just ask if you don't mind sharing, when's your birthday?
My birthday is September 2nd, 1988.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
And while Dan is accessing those files, would you like to tell us any fun stories of times where you had a birthday or you were at someone else's birthday? Either a good story, a bad story.
Doesn't take me that long to look up. But...
Well, the first one that comes to mind, like I do a lot of camping. I've done a lot of camping for my birthday. Or birthdays, I suppose.
You have more than one.
I've had, yeah.
It's an annual event, probably.
I go camping often on my birthday, and one of the original times, it was me, a friend of mine. I was like, what, like 10 or 11, and my dad, and it was like going out camping, going out fishing, mostly fishing, and it turned into mostly my dad catching fish, and we just could not catch any fish at all.
Aww.
He's using this hot to trot, super bright chartreuse with big lip on it, crankbait, perch pattern, just nailing the largemouth bass left and right, just pulling in big old sows. He must have caught about 70 largemouth bass that weekend.
Shut
and
up.
I'm serious. I'm not even pulling your leg.
That's
I
too
mean,
many bass. Those aren't
it's
even
too many
good
bass.
No,
for
that rocks. I think every man would love to just dunk on his son
Outfish
with a
his
fishing
son.
rod on his
Son.
birthday.
Dude,
Wow.
he apologized to me too. He's like, I'm sorry, I don't know, but I'm not gonna stop. I'm like, Dad, I get it.
You've got like a stick on a string, and he's got all this new shit.
Just like he's got the brand new Quantum X75Z, like all the
Wow.
fancy equipment, and he gets to steer the boat, dude. Come on, both of those things.
Yeah.
Well.
I think you need a redemption round.
I agree.
Is he still around?
Your dad?
Yeah.
My dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought you meant Josh.
No. Is he still with us?
Paul,
He's still
are you
with us.
still-
Oh yeah.
I
I'm
have
saying
not hung up.
Next September 3rd, we're gonna get you on a boat. We're gonna get you the same equipment. We will all pitch in. I don't know what your fishing gear is like right now. I don't know if you still go out on the water or not. And Jackie will be making a large contribution to your.
Yeah, we'll get you decked out. We'll do a derby with your dad, and you'll do 70 bass. He'll do probably like 69 bass.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah, I want that for my dad.
You know what we should do? Honestly,
I want him to have a fishy 69 for sure.
Yeah,
we should do that, but then just drag the lake. Get every fucking fish out of there.
Just a dragnet.
How you like that, old man? That's every fish in the goddamn.
Go
lake.
down to Kitchidakippy and get all those
big trout.
Muskies.
Right. Yeah. We got to get you your birthday
Chad
fish. That's a
Muskus.
sad story. I don't like hearing that. You got to move on from that experience.
It's bittersweet. I've made peace with it. I mean, I've caught a bigger walleye than my dad this winter than he ever has. So
oh, there you go.
Toss that
Remember
in
the
his
first
face.
time I saw my dad's walleye in the shower.
Stop it.
Is that like him peeking through the shower like a hole in the wall? That's his.
Walleye.
You got to make sure your son's actually showering in there.
You're doing a good job. Like your studs.
I wish dads taught their sons how to take a fucking shower.
Yeah.
Why? What? I
Because
mean,
y'all don't wash your ass properly.
Who are you talking
I
about?
have learned how to do so. There was a time in my life where I didn't. I've definitely known how to do it over the past
It is
decade or
literally
so.
gay to do what you're talking about. doing.
Yeah.
There's
You
nothing
can't touch
wrong
your
with that.
butthole because that's the exit only.
Funny, you should bring that up because
Damn, what's your situation like down there?
Right before we started recording,
Oh yeah.
I was touching my butthole.
Hell
And not
yeah,
for
dude.
pleasure.
Oh,
Not for
nice.
pleasure. Little health update from me. The hemorrhoid ain't gone all the way. It ain't
Aw,
totally
man.
gone.
Aw,
So-
buddy.
3
You
weeks.
gotta drain those things, man.
You
You
gotta
don't
pop it.
drain them. It's not a pustule. It's an
No,
inflamed.
you should though.
Isn't it like a
Alright.
blood vessel that just is having a hard time?
Yes, it is, and it's given me a hard time. You think this blood vessel's having a hard time?
I
Try
know
being
it's
attached
not-
to it.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
it's not full of pus, but it's full of something. You don't want that in there.
Blood.
It's full of
Yeah.
shit. If you're asking
You
me,
need-
Get
need
rid
blood.
of shit blood. You don't want that in your body.
I don't. But I thought it. I mean, it's better than it was, but it's kind of making listeners. If you have one of these things, if you think you're in the clear, take it from old Danny D. You're not. Don't be shy about the preparation age. I'm not being paid to say that. We're not sponsored by them because I don't even use I use the Walgreens store brand. And no, I'm not sponsored by Walgreens. Walgreens is not like us.
Yeah.
Well, enough about my ass. Let's talk about Garfield from the comic strips. We're not talking Buster Brown. We're talking about a modern comic strip published on this day, September 2nd, 1988. Joe, I'm going to do a little screen share here. If you look at your device, you're going to see what probably looks like a Garfield strip, right?
Yeah, it's pretty
Kinda
close.
Zoomed in. And if you want to go, we're going to go panel by panel here. Kind of describe, if you're comfortable, describe to the listeners what you're seeing, what's going on. Paint a picture with your words.
Well, it seems like the scene is set up at the counter in the kitchen. It's got to be a Monday because we're looking at Garfield.
Yeah.
Garfield's pouring coffee into a mug, very resting bitch facedly,
Ooh.
and John is also just like, ugh, like
Yeah.
just you're just getting started in the day, and so the speech bubble says the trouble with you, Garfield, is you think you're human.
Yeah.
And then the next panel is John's face is the same, kind of like tired.
Yeah.
Garfield's pointing up at him and he's thinking, you're right. And then Garfield says, I got to do something about this inferiority complex. And he's smiling and sipping his
Oh.
coffee. And John looks at the camera, or
Yeah, he is looking at us.
whatever.
Yeah.
He's looking right at me, and I'm like, John, what are you trying to
Yeah.
start something?
No, I get it. That Garfield, I will say by Garfield writing
That's funny.
standards, it's not a bad joke. There's a joke there. He thinks humans are inferior to cats.
Yeah.
Do you find any familiarity, this being the Garfield that was posted the day of your birth?
I don't know, it's a post. But...
posted
Sure.
in the mail.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to sit and think about it for a sec. It's not immediately coming to me.
Well, let me
but
help,
like,
let me
That's
help
fine.
guide you here. We're trained guides here when it comes to this kind of stuff. Do you drink coffee in the morning, Joe?
most of the time, yeah.
I guess another aspect of that is, do you have a pretty dim view on humanity? It's okay. You can tell us. You can tell us if you feel that way.
I'd say that it's definitely
Yeah.
it's a, what do you call the light switch with the little,
It's a
you
dimmer
can fade it
switch.
in and out. A dimmer switch. It
Yeah.
kind of goes in and out.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I
Okay.
have a lot of doubt. Sometimes I'm just like,
Yeah.
man, what a beautiful, stupid mess.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's mostly the sad, beautiful, stupid mess thing where it's kind of everything all at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever look at the world and just think, this is a freaking dumpster fire?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
But
That's
then
why
you,
I'm always like, let's go in the trees.
yeah. But then
like
on
a
the
cat
other,
would do.
on the
Yeah,
exactly that.
Oh shoot.
But then on the other end of the dimmer switch, you're thinking, well, on one end you're thinking dumpster fire. Then the next thing you look on Facebook, you see some post about like a young kid who pays for a Korean War veterans bill at Denny's, and you're like, well, faith in humanity restored, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
No, totally. Except I just don't like that he was at Denny's.
Well,
I'm sad that he was at Denny's. I have a personal thing against Denny's.
what's the deal with your? It sounds like there's maybe some dark history with you and Denny's. Now, I'm not here to defend Denny's. Denny's stinks, okay? But I want to know what happened. I want to know what happened.
It's not so much Denny's itself. It's just a specific Denny's location, I guess. Really?
Something went wrong.
Call
Something
'em
went
out.
wrong.
What'd they do to you?
Me and Ari stopped there after getting all lost in kind of a wintry bluster down in the Driftless area, the south east of Wisconsin, where it's all like crazy hills and river valleys,
Oh,
just
yeah.
all over the place. Yeah, you know.
No.
Well,
And and we're like, oh boy, it'd be great to eat. Actually, no, this was a different time. Forget I just said any of that snowy stuff. This
You
was in
don't.
the
We
summer.
don't know the truth, so
it
you
doesn't.
can lie.
Yeah, spin a tale.
Okay.
Tell a tall tale. It's all right.
All right, so we're down visiting Paul Bunyan actually, and then we were like, "That's great, Paul, have fun." And so then we went to Denny's afterwards because he didn't feed us. He's a real stickler. So we go there, and we both have like kind of custom orders because we're like, "This doesn't sound good. This sounds good with this."
Yeah.
Put our order in, and we get served our food. Everything's pretty good. They give me a breaded chicken patty instead of a grilled one. That was my first clue.
Wow.
And yeah, I know, really screwed me over.
Yeah.
But then they were doing this crazy. We get done.
Yeah.
And go to pay, and the receipt has like all these crazy switch outs that don't make sense, and 2 meals would have cost us, by their calculations, like $65, I think.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think
they
Denny's
was
is-
trying to pull one on me.
Denny's
That's
ain't
something
quite
else.
worth that. Denny's ain't quite worth that.
No. And so and I guess this is where I got moody, and then this is where I was
Yeah.
unyielding, and
Explosive.
I exploded.
Okay.
And I was like, listen up. This is not correct. Like, I need to talk to your manager, which is the first time.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Karen.
I was like, listen up right
yeah.
here, right now.
Mhm.
And so we went back and forth about it for a sec, not like crazy loud. Like, me exploding is just me actually being like stern and being like, okay,
Right.
Yeah.
like,
Asserting
figure it out
yourself
here.
like an adult. Yeah. You're like, I
Right.
feel so terrible.
yeah. And I get done and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I need warm milk.
Yeah. I hate this side of me. Well, what are they saying? They're pushing back. They're like, no,
Well-
this is what we do. You asked for ham instead of bacon. That's extra $7. So
They're like, what's your thought on this? But I don't think you got it right here.
yeah.
But it's just, I don't know.
She's got a little scam going, I think.
Yeah, that's what it was.
A little scam.
But that's that grind set mindset, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did
Trying to
they
get numbers
make it?
up.
Did they make it right with you or no? Did you leave unsatisfied? Did they give you satisfaction?
I met him in the middle because she was like, oh yeah,
Oh.
I'll fix that. And it was not fully correct. But I was like, you know what, whatever. This is a Denny's in Toma. So it's like
Okay.
in the middle of nowhere, and I'm not trying to stay there all night.
Denny's and Toma. I'm just gonna pull up that number. I might give them a call later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it. I hope she's not working there anymore, because we called the GM. He gave us a $50 gift card for Denny's. He's like, yeah, we've gotten a couple complaints about that lady before already. And I'm like,
oh, wow.
Okay, why is she still working there?
Hey, they gave you that gift certificate. I think they did the right thing here. And I kind of admire what she's doing, just scamming the people, because most people aren't going to say anything.
Right.
And you did, and you didn't even get the right. You still paid more than you should have.
Yeah, I was surprised at her perseverance in that situation. Yeah. Like the second you call someone out, usually they're like, we're going to comp that. We're going to give you extra sauce next time.
And she was like, no.
No, I don't think so, bud.
You guys will never guess what just walked up my stairs.
Whoa!
Oh my god!
I am totes jelly. Oh my god!
McDonald's.
Listeners can't see it. Jackie was just handed by a disembodied pair of hands a bag of McDonald's and a bottle of Orange
Darnold
Crush.
in the house.
So we're doing all sorts of product placement. We're talking about the wipes. We're talking about the socks. We're talking about whatever is in that fucking McDonald's bag. Jackie, time to guess your order. I'm going to guess you got 3 fillet of fish. And a 1-piece McNugget. Joe, you want to take a guess?
I'm gonna guess 2 McChickens, large fry, 5 tartar sauce packets.
Paul?
I'll tell you what I'm working. Oh, Paul, go ahead.
50 packets of ketchup.
First of all, order number 68.
Oh, so close.
They owe you
close.
one.
Yeah.
Quarter pounder, only cheese.
Yep. Quarter pound
Small
of cheese.
Fry.
Only cheese.
Let's wrap up the main episode here, because we're treading water here. We're
thank you
treading
for listening
water.
to the Happy Birthday podcast. I've got fries. Joe's got Wingstop. Dan's got no hair on his tits.
Yeah.
You can find us on Patreon. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podcast Addict.
You can find me at my personal phone number, 906-235-1726.
9063. You can reach all of us at that number.
And you can find McDonald's at locations all across the country. Tell them the JGF gang sent you. Seriously, next time you go to McDonald's, if listeners, if you're too shy to say to the person working at McDonald's that you want them to listen to this podcast, just have it on in your car, crank it up very, very loud.
Oh, that's a good
idea. And
idea.
whoever's working the drive-thru is bound to say, that sounds pretty interesting. What is that?
Whoa, your girl voice is getting good. That was really good.
Okay, well, keep working on that.
Training?
Have I showed you guys how good I'm getting at ventriloquism?
No.
It's a little difficult to see over the Zoom meeting, but I don't think I'm moving my mouth too much.
I see nothing but a big black
All
mass.
right. Jeff Dunham, look out. Shout out Big Black Mass.
Period.
BBM.
Happy birthday.